coordinator here at CityStudio.
CityStudio is an energetic hub of learning and leadership where students design and implement greenest city solutions. We are a collaboration between the City of Vancouver and our 6 public post-secondary institutions. We run courses, we fund student projects, and we get student projects on the ground in the greenest city.
We're putting our ideas together and with all the students and faculty and city staff about how can we build something together, and that's what we're here tonight to celebrate.
You know, we talk about here doing real-world projects, and that is, you know, the city's not used to working with students, and we're not always used to working with the timelines that the city has.
The level of engagement comes because it's real work.
We had to change our date at the last minute, and they just rolled with it and just kind of went, okay, well, we're changing our date and call it, find a new venue, they just rolled with it. And I think that you got a real taste of what doing this kind of work in the city is like.
The impact is when you see a student go through their journey at university from someone who's a passive participant in community, who goes to an event, who's asking themselves, where do I belong, who am I, all the way up to an active, proactive collaborator taking on an equal role with their community partner and saying, this is my role, and my role is to bring others along with me. That's what's truly powerful.
The learning here can be seen as messy because projects are defined and redefined, and we get information and we're working with City Hall and things change, and it can be a really messy process.
Project work was actually the secondary feature. The primary feature was the kind of immersive experience.
The individual meetings are happening. They're having to go to real events related to their projects, community consultations. They're having to facilitate. They're connecting in with other former students who are running events.
It was just a learning process throughout. Like, it was every day you learned something new.
The word dialogue's kind of intimidating in the first place.
I came in with kind of like a blank slate. I didn't know what to expect. I was kind of like, just go with the flow. I came in thinking since I didn't know that much about sustainability, I was like, I'm gonna be like shunned by this group of hippies and I'm never gonna make it through this term.
Working with many different backgrounds and the different skills that you learn along the way, because I'm used to working with all business students, and at first I was like, I do not like this, I feel like I'm wasting my time. But then as we went along, I was like, I see why Jen and Dwayne want us to do this way. I get it now. And it kind of, you go with the process and you start to accept it and you work with the process, as Dwayne always says.
I think I learned more than I expected.
After experiencing all this 3-month experience, I would say I learned a lot from hosting a guest and then facilitating a dialogue in small discussion group.
In class every day, the energy in the space is just amazing and tenfold.
Definitely taught me a lot about time and stress management. Just how quickly we've gotten to know each other and these kind of skills we've built for interacting with other people.
I'll approach things differently in ways that I hadn't before.
Having those very strong relationships at school have really made the tasks and the projects and everything, all the outcomes, much more robust and fulfilling.
I did not expect to be able to have an opportunity to dig super deep down into the ways I react, the ways I act, the things that I say.
So much of the learning I did, it wasn't even with regards to the topic. It was just about myself.
I learned the different roles that I play with different groups. I learned what I'm capable of, and also I did venture into my insecurities and came out strongly, realizing that they were just insecurities.
Collaboration, complexity, what happens when you bring this number of institutional partners and players together in a room and try to achieve something, or even just embark on something that's never been done before. Every day is a learning experience on many levels.
I think groups are really interesting, group dynamics are interesting, and I think every group has stories they need to tell, and there's certain threads of stories that groups have to work through, and that's always interesting what that emerges to be.
For me, the biggest kind of surprise was how powerful the student experience was, and then how it affected me. I did not expect that level of power, or that kind of full engagement, and then I did not in turn expect to be as affected as much as I was.
As CityStudio moves forward, you end up with a bunch of people going out into the world to do stuff who have an understanding of those kind of relationships, and then you change the game.
Cities and how we build our cities really, really impact how happy people can be in their lives, and really have a tremendous impact on the planet.
Students are hungry for a different kind of learning. Not only do students want change, want to see change, but they want to be changed. We need to make education relevant, and that students see while they're in school that what they do has impact and matters, and not to wait till they're in the workforce to see what they're capable of on the ground.
What excites me is there's reality to it. There's a sense of things actually happening on the ground in our city, and we talk about big ideals and the importance of making big change to make our city more sustainable, and this is seeing it right from the front row.